A man convicted of killing his mother was sentenced in Vancouver today. Province Courts reporter Keith Fraser has more.
A man who beat his mother to death with a hammer and then stuffed her body in a suitcase has received a life sentence with no parole eligibility for 17 years. Wan Zi Tang, who was convicted by a jury of the June 2012 second-degree murder of Lanji Guo, 47, faces deportation back to China after he serves out his prison term. In sentencing Tang, BC Supreme Court Justice William Erkey said that the accused's expressions of remorse to the court rang hollow when compared to his gleeful and flippant attitude confessing the crime to the undercover police officers. He said the brutal nature of the attack would have resulted in prolonged terror and suffering for the mum, and said the disposal of the body in a suitcase was a defilement, indicating he hoped his mother's body would never be recovered. Tang confessed to the undercover police that he'd killed his mother because she was too controlling and had broken off his relationship with his first love in China and forced him to come to Canada to study. He also provided details of the crime to a so-called self-plant, an undercover officer posing as an inmate in Tang's prison cell, and to a police officer interviewing following the arrest. The only issue at trial was whether it was first or second-degree murder. The Crown had argued there was planning and deliberation, making it first-degree murder, while Tang's lawyer argued that he killed his mum on the spur of the moment and only the intention for second-degree murder. The jury grappled with that question for 11 days before rendering their verdict. Second-degree murder carries a mandatory sentence of life in prison with no parole eligibility of between 10 and 25 years. The Crown argued for between 15 and 20 years, while the defense called for between 12 and 15.